Alright, so let's talk a little bit about this. Let's see if this new technique has worked successfully. Um, First and foremost, I'm excited. I'm excited that we are going to see Professor Oobleck. We're going to see Professor Oobleck on the scene, and I'm really looking forward to that. So that's pretty cool. All right, so let's see if nope, hold on a second. Excuse me. So the first thing we watched was the World of Remnant video and talked about the kingdoms and how they were created. Um, I heard the first part. I think it said barriers and tenacity. So basically, they constructed kingdoms because of natural barriers and human tenacity, and that's why the kingdoms survived. I remember I asked in the previous video that how do the Grimms stay out of the kingdoms? Well, they have apparently natural barriers, and based on the little picture that the video produced, it was like a mountainside of sorts. So the kingdoms are constructed, the four kingdoms that have withstood the test of time, excuse me, the test of time and the rise and fall of civilizations have done so because they have been constructed in tactically advantageous locations, allowing them to build up their walls and create their perimeters. So that's cool. And I'm guessing tenacity might be human engineering or human ingenuity, um, solving problems with, I'm guessing, gates perhaps, or some sort of structures, towers, weaponry, offensive or defensive emplacements. I'm not exactly sure. Could be a number of things, but apparently natural barriers and human tenacity are the things that have endured or allowed the kingdoms to endure. Excuse me. So next up we have, as long as the kingdoms remain united, they will continue to be the beacon of mankind, the light in all of the darkness. And it just so happens that we saw an episode in which Ospen is leading a speech addressing the students about how they stand together today on this day in which this war, excuse me, this war of old has ended. On the day that the war has ended, they stand together, they stand united. So as long as the kingdoms stand united, they will continue to coexist. I'm guessing because Osman talked about also where barriers end and hmm. So the previous war was based mostly on selfish reasons. If you think about it, if they were fighting for an individual gain, their territory expansion, city limits, they were not really working together. But on this day, oppressed by tyranny. Hmm, interesting. So basically, humanity humanity's survivability is ensured as long as these four kingdoms stand. Makes me wonder what exactly Cinder's ultimate plan may be. The first encounter. When Ruby first fought Cinder for the first time in the very first episode, she was lighting up her clothing and she was I can't quite remember if she was shooting the shards. No, she was shooting down explosions, and then Glinda grabbed the explosions and the fragments and kind of like channeled them all back up and shot them back at the VTOL. So it's funny that Glinda is able to remember the encounter, and yet Ruby cannot make the association with somebody that she met face to face with her hair down on both occasions because she was wearing a mask. And while not Neptune, sorry, and while Mercury and Emerald moved along in the hallway encounter, Ruby stayed behind with Cinder, and they kept on talking for a little bit as Cinder slowly made her way past her. And she said, "I'm sure we'll see each other plenty," or something like that. And then Ruby says, "Welcome to Beacon." So come on, Ruby. It's disappointing, slightly disappointing. But so Glinda is making the connection here in place of Ruby, and then I find it funny that Ruby says, "Somebody accidentally pushed all the buttons on the way up." It wasn't me, so that's pretty funny. I didn't quite understand why Ruby changed her statement, saying that she didn't say anything. Excuse me. Sorry, she didn't say anything. All she did was fight with the glass, but I don't think it was her semblance. And then she changed it to mentioning the um, the secret hidden base to the south or east of the kingdom, outside the wall. Now, at first I couldn't quite understand, but the more I think about it now, I am guessing that that's a way of for Ruby to leak the information that she gathered when, or not that she gathered, that Blake and Neptune, no, Blake and Sun gathered when they infiltrated the White Fang meeting. I do believe they mentioned something about the front lines in the southeast. And if you're interested, this is the equipment I can provide you. That was Roman recruiting the new recruits. So I'm guessing that was Ruby's way of leaking the information without revealing too much as to why or how she got this information. So now it's starting to make sense now that I think about it. That was Ruby's way of releasing information without compromising herself, which is fairly clever. Poorly executed, but fairly clever. Disclose that they said it at that moment and you overheard it, rather than oh no, we snuck out one night and infiltrated the White Fang, and I don't know, maybe they might get an award for that, or maybe they'll get worse, expelled. So, so that's Ruby's way of releasing information. I'm guessing Ospin got this. He's like, I see what you did there. And Glenda started objecting, but didn't you just say, thank you for the information? You can be on your way. And so that was that. Next up we have Zwei, 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 Zwei. I'm gonna go with Zwei. Zwei, 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 Zwei. I'm gonna go with Zwei. Zwei. Um, Apparently it's okay for you to mail dogs in cylindrical tubes, and they'll be fine. And you can put the food supplies in the can opener while you're at it. I can't help but think Doctor Who. It's bigger on the inside. What the heck? And everybody's reaction, I thought it was hilarious. Yang and Ruby were overexcited. Blake was shocked. Weiss was shocked. Yang and Ruby were overexcited. Weiss was shocked, and Blake was looking like a cat. She she literally had like her back arched almost, and she had like the little chills. And then the whole scene when she's like on top of the bed looking down, it looks like she's gonna like paw him with her. I thought that's hilarious. And then when she runs away, just like a cat, I don't care what I knock down or whatever, I'm just gonna jump from the most uncomfortable route possible to avoid something I want to avoid. Let me tell you something. Have you ever turned on a vacuum cleaner with a cat nearby? It's crazy. They will run through and into whatever they can find to find whatever they consider safety. And sometimes they might not make the best decisions while they're trying to do so. But I got reminded of that in a way when Blake was trying to like move out of the room with Zwei, Zwei, Zwei. I'm gonna say Zwei because it sounded like wise. Zwei. So when Zwei came in and was like staring at her from the bed, I think it's hilarious that she's a faunus with cat traits, and I guess she hates dogs. So that's that. And the next thing up we have conversation. What conversation? Oh, one thing, really quick. When everybody exited the room except for Ruby, she's staring at the dog, and she has this face staring at the dog, and then her face changes, and we see her with a backpack. Now, I think it's a little bit obvious, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. That dog is in that backpack because we never see Ruby with a backpack. We might see her with a small hatchel sack or whatever handle bag, but we have never seen her with a backpack. And it just so happens that as soon as she's staring at the dog and then the scene changes, we have the backpack on her back. So the dog is in the backpack. I'm calling it right now. I'm calling it. The dog is in the backpack. There is no way around it. There is a dog in that backpack. Because the dog just got here and they have all the food and supplies, and Yang is like, so like, okay, well, here's your canned dog food and here's the can opener. You're set. Let's go. but Ruby took the dog with her. I'm certain of it. She took the dog with her. Um, conversation. What conversation are we talking about? What was it before? Reaction. So it was before the reaction. Oh, the conversation between Glinda, um, Ozpin, and General Ironwood. Hmm. James, or was it with the children, or the kids, the girls? Talked about them. No, it was between the adults. Um, they were talking about, oh, how to strike. Send in the scouts. When Ozpin questions, I guess you can call it, James. He says, "Do you send in the flag bearer? In other words, your whole armada, your whole army, your whole troops." Because that's what a flag bearer is. Usually, when you have a fleet of boats, at least in my military career, when you have a fleet of boats, the boat that leads the entire fleet is called the flag bearer, and you don't have a flag bearer unless you have a fleet of boats. So I'm guessing the entire troops, the entire armies, the armada in this case for the boats. Um, no, and he did bring a lot of ships in the first episode, I believe. When I said battle cruiser operational, he did bring a lot of ships with him. So he has his army here, or at least half his army. So yeah, we're talking about ships. We're talking about, I don't know, aircraft, starfighters, intergalactic destroyers. I don't know if they can go to space yet, but the aircrafts. How about that? Air fortresses or airships, air battleships, air destroyers, air cruisers. I don't know. We'll find out eventually. I gotta stop making up things. Um, so James, as of right now, has half of his army here at Beacon. So instead of sending the flag bearer, which would be his flagship, he's sending, or they should send the scouts, which I'm guessing are gonna be Team RWBY, because they're so eager to go into the southeast quadrant that they're gonna send them under the care of a huntsman. Yes, yes, to investigate the this quadrant that has apparently high activity of Grim. So, like I already talked about Blake, the kingdoms, Ospin speech. The Ospin speech. Ospin talks about the history of the kingdoms and how turbulent times were in the past, where they were fighting against each other and they had the insurrections amongst themselves, and the oppression and apparently tyranny and the the censorship or taking away people's individualism and liberties in a way. So he pretty much gave a nice, good, juicy background story on how things were in the past. And today, the day that they celebrate the victory or the unification of all the kingdoms, is the day that they are still carrying out the effort necessary to to whoops to to uphold the peace that they're enjoying today. And it's interesting that the World of Remnant video says that these four kingdoms, which were the four kingdoms that were present in the speech, which was Atlas, Veil, Vacuole. Oh, I forgot it. Minstrel? No, before Ospen speech. Minstrel, yes. Atlas, Minstrel, Vacuole, and Veil are the four kingdoms. Which ones? Whoa, it did tell me in the World of Remnant video. Atlas is to the north. Veil is right in the middle. I'm gonna go and say that Vacuole is to the left of Beacon, and to the right, all by itself, is Vacuole. But part of me wants to switch that around. Vacuole is to the left of Beacon, and Minstrel is to the right. No. Vacuole is to the right, Minstrel is to the left. Locking it in, final answer. Ding ding dong. Let me know if I got it wrong. um, so the four kingdoms can only exist as long as they stand together, as long as they are united, as long as they support each other. Otherwise, there will be no more hope for humanity. That is pretty ominous. Pretty grim. Ospen speech. I already did that. Let's see what else. Yep. Velvet. Oh, I started recording. Stop. And that's the last thing we're going to talk about. Velvet. The bunny girl. Oh, it hurts. Please stop. And then here she comes again with her wonderful accent. And it's great. Apparently she belongs to a team that was an assignment. And this sounds familiar because I think they did talk about this. Now, that's the reason why they were doing the party planning. Weiss, Blake were doing the party planning because the coffee, I think it was Team Coffee was held up in their assignment, and they were the ones originally in charge for the party preparation. So apparently they have returned finally, and according to them, there were so many Grimm. So the concentration of Grimm apparently is gathering on key parts. And the assignment that they undertook for the southeast region is also an overabundance of Grimm within that area. Our enemies are gathering. The storm is growing deadly. I'm getting worried that we're reaching the breaking point soon. And then we have Ospen when he talks about no matter what it is that you face out there, it won't care. In other words, if you're gonna die, you're gonna die. That's the most obscure thing I can take from that. No matter what you encounter out there, it does not care. It won't care. Hmm. I'm remembering there was a song. The intro song. The intro song for the first volume, This Will Be the Day. It talks about this world needs a great defender. This world's on the path of harm. Beware that the light is fading. Beware that dum dum. This world's unforgiving. Even brightly lights will cease to burn. The signs are there. The signs are there, and I'm not liking them. I said it before, and I'll say it again. It took a turn for the dark in the beginning of Volume 2, but it's kind of like made his way back to being Ruby from Volume 1, fun, happy, quirky. But every now and then you get like a small, like you get a yank on your being that says, remember, at any moment, even brightly lights will cease to burn. And then it's funny that on the World of Remnant videos, when the female narrator is expressing the importance of the kingdoms standing together, when she says that if they don't, humanity will fall, it's like somebody blew out a candle. It will cease to burn. Oh man, I can't. I can't start. I can't sit down and start thinking of all of this. I'm gonna drive myself nuts. The signs are there, and I'm getting an indication from them, but it's not quite clear just yet. Clearly, if you're outside of the kingdom, you're completely exposed, and just like the traveling nomads that the World of Remnant video was expressing, um, people have been known to what you call this tribe tribes wandering tribes, nomad tribes. People have been known to travel outside, venture outside of the kingdom walls, and just like that, people complete with villages and horses and carriages and everything just whoosh, cease to exist from dusk till dawn. So clearly, it is a very dangerous and very unforgiving environment outside of the city walls, where the creatures of Grimm are gathering and increasing their numbers, and the signs are there. Our enemies are gathering, the storm is growing deadly, The we can't just wait with lives at stake until they think we're ready. Oh man, it's there. Something big is coming. Something very big is coming. But I don't know what, and I can't put the piece together right now. I'm sure if I sit down and actually really sit down and think about this, but it'll take me too long. And currently it's midnight almost. So how long have I been recording for? Oh my god, 50 minutes. So let's leave it at this for now. Something I am certain about though is that Zwei is in the backpack. Guaranteed. I guarantee you that dog is in the backpack. No questions asked. He's in there. I'm certain of it. I'm calling it right now. CharFox predictions. Spy is in the backpack. Period. There's no other way around it. So anyway, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. If you like what I do, if you want to support me in helping me reduce my work schedule during the day into more reasonable hours by supporting me financially with support donations, um, please don't be afraid to do so. I will greatly appreciate it. It'll enable me to produce these videos quicker, faster, and maybe even dedicate more time to them as far as the editing and maybe even investing in better equipment. I have this brand new camera. I just need to figure out how to properly work it. But maybe better lighting. I'm using a lamp right now. It's right there, and other things to increase the quality and the your viewing experience. So if you like what I do, help me make it better for you and help me make it faster for you is what I'm trying to say. Are you required to do so? No, you are not. Will I stop making videos? No, I will not. I will actually continue to make videos because it's something that I really enjoy doing. Mosquito, I missed. Something that I really enjoy doing, and but I would like to do it faster and better for you guys. Is what I'm trying to say. And I think I'm able to do that with your support. So visit my Patreon page. I'll put the link in the description below. And if you're interested in the contest for the free copy of the RWBY game, Grim Eclipse on Steam courtesy. That's the word I was looking for earlier in my other video now, since I'm going to cut this in half. Courtesy of Carolus Templare V. Please feel free to participate. Submit your entry into the Reddit page. I'll talk with Nexus Kid and I'll have him open up some sort of something where you can submit the art pieces and I don't know, maybe call it the fan art section. And anybody who submits a piece in there will be automatically entered for the contest. And the contest will end on June 30th, 2016 at 11:59 with 59 seconds p.m. or until I actually finish revising all the pictures inside that thread. I'm lenient like that, you know. It's all good. Or until I reach a decision on who the winner is. So I'm not saying to go for it, but if extenuating circumstances present you with this situation that you are trying to upload but you can't, and then you see me live streaming the announcing winner and I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining me for another episode of Name the Prize Winner with CharFox. That's me. And the winner for the copy of the RWBY Eclipse Grim is wait, plop, submission entered, and I'll be like, oh, we have a new submission, and I'll add it to the pile, and then I'll review it, and I'm willing to go that far, but don't rely on that. It's not necessary. Um, I think that's it for now. Reddit page. Visit the Reddit page created by Nexus Kid. submit your entry in the fan art department or the contest entry department. I don't know. I'll have him figure it out, whatever he wants to call it. Thank you, Nexus Kid, for creating the Reddit page for me. I think it's awesome. I visited not too long ago, and oh goodness, 54. I gotta stop. Um, so yeah, that's it. I'll put whatever other things I didn't think about in the description, and that's it. Thank you so much for watching me. If you feel generous and would like to donate, please do. I'll gladly welcome all your donations and put them to good use. And like, subscribe, and share. I think is what you're supposed to say. Like, subscribe, and share if you like this video. If you want to receive more updates from my channel, and if you want to show me to your friends or people that you know. There we go. Nailed it. So that's it. Thank you so much. Take care. I greatly appreciate all your support, and really I do. $48 is awesome. $48 is literally 2 hours, which is the 2 hours that I'm investing right now to make this video happen. So thank you so much. Take care. Have a great night, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.